what do you think about that? Because I've got a bit of a thought about that. You cannot always say positive things.
It definitely it takes work, right?
Yeah,
It
yeah,
definitely takes work, and it takes time, and it takes doing that deeper healing because you can listen to. I talk to my clients about this all the time because
yeah,
I do affirmations for my clients. I
yeah,
have my clients listen to something daily because
yes,
it's required. You have to change your thought patterns, right?
yes,
Like,
yes,
and even though you do that deeper work, the thought patterns that you've had for 20 years are still going to be there. So you have
yeah,
to do the work to change it, and you can, but the thing is, here's number one, the step number one is that if you're just listening to, so let's do confidence because it's just an easy one and everybody can relate to. So if you're listening to affirmations around being confident, what happens is while you're listening to the affirmations, you listen to them every day, you're going to kind of feel it. You're going to kind of feel good. And that's good. That's your proof that your mind is listening. So that's not something to be dismissed. But what happens is if you haven't done the deeper work, as soon as you get triggered, it all goes out the window. You just go
absolutely.
down, you get
Yeah.
triggered and you go down, 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 and you got to build yourself back up, up, up. And then you start listening to the affirmations
Repeat it
again.
again.
And then
Yeah, yeah,
you get triggered again, and then you go
yeah.
down. Like I did that for years,
And
right?
yeah,
So in order to get to that place where you are actually the one more in control of your thoughts, right? It's not that we're not all ever going to have silly thoughts. Of course we are. The skill is in the ability to let them pass.
yes,
That's the skill, right?
that's right. Yeah,
Yes.
yeah,
And the bigger part is doing that deeper work so you're not getting triggered because as soon as you get triggered because somebody treated you poorly, your brain is going to work really good. It's going to work the way it's designed and it's going to start reminding you of all the other times that other people treated you poorly. And it's not because your mind's working against you, it's because your mind is trying to get you to fix this problem.
yeah,
Like your mind is saying, because it's not in a line with your soul of who you are, something inside of you knows that it's not okay for you to be treated that way.
yeah,
Right.
yeah.
So we have to somehow get that ability to do that deeper work to change. But once you've done that deeper work, it is easier to change your thought patterns. Like this is really silly, but so I had to work because I had the same thought loops going on and on for years. I constantly thought about the same stuff over and over, right? So I had to do that work to change. So I made my very own personal recording because I know what's going on in my mind. And now, like my life isn't perfect. I absolutely have challenges and ups and downs. Of course I do. But in spite of that, my mind will tell me a few times a day, oh my God, my life is so awesome. Oh my God, I love my life. Like I have been able to train my mind to bring those sorts of thoughts up and to feel it in spite of
Of
what's going
yes,
on in my
yes. I mean,
life,
you can call it higher perspective, seeing things from a
Yeah,
different perspective, finding that positive half glass, however
yeah,
you want to put it, because you're
yeah,
quite right. It is about being able to, when that trigger comes, it's like, hang on, I can
yeah,
choose whether I'm going to allow this to be
yeah,
what it's always been, or I can look at it from a different point of view, isn't it?
yeah, yeah.
Definitely.
And if you can't change it, if it's not that easy to change, because sometimes it's not, then that's letting you know you need to do some deeper work. It's letting you
Yes.
know that there's healing that needs to happen.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So, what are your daily habits then? Give us a little bit. What are your daily habits for you to that you could recommend to the listeners right now about sort of some may just be listening and thinking, okay, I know there is something I want to something I want to do to help other people. I feel that nudge, that intuitive little voice is saying, "You've got this idea. Why are you not doing it?" Or others that are saying, I've got this healing, I know I've been ignoring it, I've got to face it, it's going to be a bit of a uphill. What can they do? What are your daily habits? What are your examples?
Yeah. Well, one of the things I always do is I do hypnosis myself every single day. And it really depends on what I'm working on. Because I understand that our subconscious mind is designed to take us towards whatever it is that we focus on, right? It responds to whatever we focus on. So we can use the power of our imagination. Our imagination is so incredibly powerful. And our mind directs our brain and then the body responds to that, right? So by one of the things I always do if I have a goal, so it depends what's going on in my life, right? So if I have something coming up that maybe is challenging me a little bit, because what people will notice anytime you step out of your comfort zone, that's when those little things are going to come up. That's just how it is, right? So in order for you to expand your comfort zone, you need to deal with those things. And as you do, your comfort zone expands. So it really, and I'm somebody who's always stepping out of my comfort zone. So it really depends on what I'm doing, right? So I will always listen to something. I will always listen to affirmations or statements. I usually will do it in a state of hypnosis because I like it. I know that it's getting directly into my subconscious mind, but I switch it up. If for any reason, if I have to start really early, like I'm working with somebody in India, so I have to start really early in the morning. If for any reason I didn't have time for that, I'll listen while I'm walking. Like I'll just listen to affirmations, but I get it
I
in
do that
every single day.
absolutely every day.
Yeah.
Walk my mountain. I'm listening to you sometimes.
Right.
Absolutely in my ear. Oh, yes. By the time I get to the
Yeah.
other side, I mean, it's a 45-minute walk, right? And I've started
Yeah.
crying at the very beginning. By the time I get to the end, I'm no longer crying. I'm feeling much better. Always
Good.
good.
Yeah. Well, I think it's important to do something daily for your mind, just like for your body, right? It is. You have to exercise your mind just as much as you do your body. And doing things to help you, like as far as daily work, like if I get triggered now, which it doesn't happen very often, but it does happen. If I do get triggered now, it's so different for me than it used to be because our mind learns through repetition. So the incredible thing about once you start understanding all of this, your mind starts working with you. So now if I get triggered, I don't have to go see somebody and go through this whole thing. My mind knows the process. My mind is like, oh, where'd that come from? Oh, I can see where that came from. Have I done the work to let that go? Or is it just a pattern? Because a lot of times it's just a pattern too, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I meet a lot of people who have, like, the majority of people I meet have been in therapy for years. And for a lot of people, it's not that they don't even necessarily need to do some of that deeper work. Sometimes they just haven't taken the time to retrain their mind because it does take consistency. The subconscious mind learns through repetition. So it's going to be a little bit different for everybody. So the one thing I would say as far as daily work is if you're getting triggered and you can't let it go, you're so stuck on that emotion, like you can't let it go and it's got you for days. That's letting you know that it's something to heal. So you can find your own way to, like, you can find a way to, there's all sorts of therapy. I recommend hypnosis, hypnotherapy, of course, but it's not the
Absolutely.
only way.
Yeah,
It's not the
yeah.
only way, but you do want to heal. So you want to do that. You want to you're giving your subconscious mind and your body permission to let this emotion go that it once held on to because it believed it was keeping you safe. So that's what's happening. And that's what's happening with the nervous system. A lot of people are stuck in that fight or flight, right? You got to retrain the nervous system that you are safe. And it takes a bit of practice, right? So we have to be willing to do that practice. So step one is recognizing your triggers and doing something about them.